Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Peters. I'm the Senior Vice President over at the National Dropout Prevention Center, folks. And this is our third installment. If you missed our first two, you missed it, right? First, Dr. Brown and I. Dr. Brown is the Assistant Superintendent over in Bayonne School District in New Jersey. We talked initially about really this journey of building a future focused school culture. And Dr. Brown shared some amazing strategies about their work in reimagining their high school. The second installment, we really talked about coaching. We talked about mentorship. And a lot of the times in education, when we say the word coaching, people are like, oh, I don't need a coach, right? Because we think about it in this bad sense. But you know what? We all need a coach because when we think about the work and we think about it being a craft, you're never going to arrive, right? The trends are changing so much and you're never going to arrive. And one trend that is changing, folks, is how do we think about alternative schools? How do we really begin to imagine this non traditional setting for children? How do we build these future focus alternative settings for children? And that is an initiative that Bayonne School District is really diving into, right? How are we building future focused success for the children that need it the most? I'm going to say that one more time, folks. How are you building future focused success for the students and children that need it the most? Wachera, you guys are doing some amazing work there at your alternative school. Talk to the NDPC and SPN family about some of the outstanding things that you're working on.
Well, first and foremost, we definitely have created a positive school culture climate that's built on collaboration, that's built on respect, that's built on just understanding the importance of diverse learners, and every student needs something different. And I think our alternative schools work hard to make sure that happens. So it calls for us investing in them, nurturing them, providing them unique opportunities to support them. Most recently, as you know, many of our students engaged with the Feed March Foundation through the different grant opportunities and providing opportunities for them to engage with the community, to build leadership, to engage in opportunities where they just understand the importance of engaging in a diverse world and being a part of a community. And I think that's so important for students to feel like they belong and feel like they are understood by staff, and we're here to support them. And that's so important for developing the future focused environment for them. So a lot of our efforts are centered around just that, making sure that they get what they need. It's very personalized. We make sure that the culture and climate is conducive to their learning. We make sure that they understand that we are here for them. And the priority is to make sure that they achieve, not just in high school, but in the future.
Definitely. You know, you when you were talking, it brought up. I remember at the NDPC conference, folks, the the school had done some initiative. It was through Peter Marsh Foundation, and it was this opportunity for the children at the alternative school to do a lot of community work, right? To really get connected. Because two words that I kind of heard as you were talking was connection and belonging. And a lot of the times, students in a non-traditional or an alternative school, they don't feel like they're connected, right? They feel like, you know what, these folks, they don't like me. You know, I'm not connected. I'm not this comprehensive high school. It's not, that's not for me, right? But then how do you build that connection? And one of the first steps that we saw a great strategy is how do you get your children at the alternative school and at non-traditional schools connected to their community? See, the minute that they begin to build up their own community, then what we saw was then they begin to get connected to community, and you can then build a community around that. I saw it at NDPC. Mrs. Patty Hosmer, she's a teacher there, and she had a video of her kids, man, and they were so excited, man. You could see it on their face talking about how they were connected. And even Mrs. Hosmer, I could even see even that. She jumped in and she says, listen, I want to get certified as an NDPC specialist, right? She even, this is the funniest thing, Dr. Brown, she emailed me this morning
Oh, really?
talking about how excited she was and saying, listen, hey, I'm working on, can you send me some resources around that? So I reached out to
Phenomenal. She's
Thomas Hawkins.
phenomenal.
That's it. And I said, hey Thomas, send Mrs. Hosmer some resources on that, folks. See, it doesn't not only connects your teachers, but it also connects your students, but it connects your teachers, right? But it starts with this connection and belonging. And folks, if you want to hear more strategies of the foundation and really the phase 2 of implementation, you've got to come to our NDPC conference. It's going to be October 12th through the 15th. Folks, it's going to be in Orlando, right? Not far from Disney World or Land or which one that is. I think it's World, right? But it's going to be our opportunity to have educators from all over the country. We even had educators from Norway and Turks and Caicos and St. Croix there. And you're talking about 1,000 people from all across stateside and the world coming together to talk about, what are some strategies that you've seen work with some of the children that need it the most? And it's funny when you can sit down with a gentleman out of Norway and he's sitting down and he's talking with you about things. And you're like, that's happening in my community over in South Dallas, right? Or like, oh, that's happening in your community in Nebraska, right? And you guys are planning together around strategies and you shake their hands and say, I'll see you next year. All right, folks, this year's coming up. 35th annual in Orlando, October 12th through 15th. You've got to be there. We're going to be really having a deeper discussion around how do you build a future focused environment at the alternative setting for all children. I want to thank Dr. Ragland-Brown. She has been with me for 3 episodes. So thank you so much. And folks, if you're ever in the New Jersey area, as a matter of fact, you can fly to New York City. I even said this earlier. You can fly to New York City, go to Times Square. And if you're thinking about making a school visit, 10 minutes, 15-minute a ride from Times Square, man. There's an amazing school district, Bayonne School District, folks. You give me a call first because I'm probably going to have to catch Dr. Ragland-Brown because I know she's doing walks into schools and says, hey, I've got Alan, I got Alan. He's at Times Square and he wants to do a site visit and see some of the phenomenal work. You let us know. There's amazing work going over there, amazing work going over at Bayonne School District. So, Dr. Brown, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Welcome.
And folks, we look forward to seeing you at the conference. All right. So, Dr. Brown, thanks a bunch. I appreciate
You're welcome.
you. All right. Thank you.